And we are back. Did you miss me? Ooh. All right. What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping back by the channel. Let's see what's going on. This is, just seeing what's going on with you for the most part. I want to say today is the 11th. Excuse me. Today is the 11th. I have allergies really bad today. Today's the 11th. So, give or take a week or so. So if today's the 11th, let's do until the 16th or the 17th and see what comes out. Oh, already. Okay. Perseverance is your first soul journey card out. Perseverance. You had loneliness in the reverse. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You had grief come out sideways, but excuse me. What's going to come out? Blame. And what's your overall energy right here for this? Change in reverse. Change in reverse. I don't know. Somebody must be in music. You have change in reverse, peace in reverse underneath that, and patience in the upright. Interesting. I like what I see out here. Of course, you had perseverance that came out first. I love that for you because it says that no matter what it is that you do, you set your mind to, you're going to get it done. I love that. It's giving me a strength card vibe. You had loneliness in reverse. I like that for you, that you don't feel alone, even if you don't have anyone around you. And then you had grief in reverse. And you had blame in the upright. Someone had the strength to do something. They had a strength to do something where they were not apologetic about it. Also feel like as well, the blame in the situation is something not changing. The blame in the situation is something that's not granting peace. It's taking away. It's doing the opposite. I feel like someone, I feel like someone is like the center of their own universe, the center of their own planet, but someone doesn't care too much for that because it makes them feel as if like they have one less confidant or cheerleader versus someone being strong enough to get over something on their own and not be apologetic about it. Yes, you can place blame on change if someone doesn't want to entertain it, if they don't want to try, because change is gradual, it's slow, and it's gradual. And it's so interesting because you have patience up underneath here in the upright, with change and peace in the reverse. What I think is so special about this is that though others may not see the strength and beauty of being able to come into your own, you do. And I feel also spirit is telling me also to place the blame on the fact that there's not a change. You're validated with that. Spirit says you're validated with where you place that blame. And no, you shouldn't feel bad about anything. You shouldn't feel as if losing something in this retrospect is something that's a deficit for you. It's damn sure not a deficit for you, especially with the strength card straight up out here already off the gate. So I like that for you. I like that for you. I like that for you. Look at that. Already flipping out. You had the world in reverse. Yeah. This is like past intercepted. You know, something is being delayed. There's going to be no closure on the situation. I think that's where your strength comes from, is knowing that you're mature enough to move on without the apology. Look, Three of Swords. And that's a double confirmation for one feeling that grief and the other one isn't. All right. I feel like this is more of your Crosswatchers energy here. All right. There's you both are dealing with a heartbreak, but you both are doing it. You're both feeling it in different ways. One is feeling it in an empowerment way, and then the Crosswatcher feels as if like they had a loss. This is why I say you had grief in the reverse, and then you had the Three of Swords come out. All right. You got a W, and this person took a L. And they took a L because they weren't open to change. And instead of this, I also feel like this. Do not be shocked if this person blames the. This is like you dealing with someone that they're going to try to put blame on the fact that you've changed, but in realistic, in reality. See, I can't say the word because I'm thinking like the Crosswatcher is trying to get in my energy. And so I can't say the word because Spirit is saying that's how delusional that person is. Like me being tongue-tied off of the word reality, that should not happen for a real person. If they live in their truth and they know and stand by their truth, like reality shouldn't have been a word that was hard to get out, right? It should have been fluent. Because you live in a real world, in reality. You're aware. This person does not live in that reality. And this is why there's some type of incomplete cycle here. And it's happening because the lesson was more for you to see your strength versus you have strength to carry this person or feel as if like there's some type of loss or hurt where you feel like, you can fix them. The journey was for you to realize your strength. It wasn't to beat you down. It wasn't to make you get carried away and thinking you lost yourself. It was just simply you noticing that you're strong and you're strong on your own. Weak sauce. That's what I hear. Somebody's weak sauce. Who's from this person may have some type of connection to like living up north. Cause like the accent was like real strong. All right, you have the Sun in reverse. Just another double confirmation. What's so crazy is like, how is this person so arrogant to feel like they don't have to change? But then they feel sad when they're not able to gain a control. Because you know why? Look, on the bottom, you had a Six of Wands in reverse. Ego. And ego is really used to cover up other things where there's deficiency. So if their self-esteem, their confidence is gone to shit, they're going to use that ego to cover it up and fake it until they make it. Well, this person ain't make it to no finish line. So, it's kind of almost as if like the light is out and on it, Like, why are you down? Why are you emotionally out of it? Look, someone chose self-love over, they chose self-love and breakup in their own strength, self-preservation over whoever this was. And then you had a Hierophant out here. So this person may very well, they may be dealing with some type of court. Okay. First word came out of my mouth, court. All right. Whether it be trying to settle a matter of divorce or a separation, or getting some type of approval. Somebody is wishing that courts have mercy on them. Okay. Well, needless to say, like I said, someone's choosing to love themselves over dealing with a relationship that is just not balanced. And so, again, there may be some type of court gestures or court proceedings that's in that for two people to deal with that accordingly. Oh, I can't make this up. Why did the Justice card come out? It came out and sat right here, just like how she is in this picture. Da 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 da. Why do I see some of y'all like dance walking, like crip walking in y'all living room? That's too funny. All right. So look, when you take away what is not balancing out on both sides, you realize what is to matter the most, what is to be priority, and what is to be something that either is not for you to carry or you're overcommitting, right? So for you to use your strength, for blame to be the reason for no change, and for you to feel unapologetic about you standing in your strength, that is the truth of the matter, is that you are strong in your strength, and in your strength you are very, very strong. There's some type of division in a relationship, a breakup in a relationship, where someone is going to feel more empowered because they feel more in tune and together without that significant party. It's a very, very interesting feeling, especially when you're not I don't see you parading this around. It's just more or less you walking into who you are and accepting who you are. That perseverance, yet again. Some of you may very well be in the midst of a divorce or some type of separation from this person over here who just put you through too many trials and tribulations to even see this to be something that could balance out and have some type of fairness. Everything has a cause and an effect. And if so happens you decide to think that you don't have to change and disturbing my peace is going to have me be more interested in giving you company for misery, then this Justice card and you being in front of this Hierophant making some type of verdict on something is well needed. It's well needed. Love yourself first. Don't love someone else more than you love yourself. Always, always, Spirit says, love yourself more. Because guess what? If you love yourself more, you're going to trust yourself to do what you need to do so you can fall within other lines and within any lines that you see so fit for yourself. You're not allowing someone to make them for you. You're putting your foot down. Your inner child is very proud of you, by the way. You reap what you sow. The game doesn't change for you. You're supposed to change for the game. Someone got played. Someone got played and they thought they were bigger than the game. Oh, bitch. Empress. Gone. I love the fact that there's this abundance about you. And I don't know if you are feeling the exhaustion coming. I don't know if you're realizing the exhaustion that you're just now registering is coming from off of a high of like persevering to overcome somebody, to overcome disruption in your peace, on and so forth. But as you're doing all of that, you're sitting Empress energy, baby. Empress energy, baby. I love how you want to remain in that light of excellence. You're not going to let anyone throw off your communication of being articulate and letting your creativity show. All right. The work that you put in as far as like your inner child your shadow work, it's definitely paid off. It's definitely paid off. And I'm loving how you standing and coming into you're just like, baby girl. I love this. Baby girl, when I say, and I say this with my chest, bitch, you thought you really had something, but you just realized you couldn't hold a good person down. You couldn't hold me down if you had cement blocks, couldn't hold me down if you found the fattest sumo wrestler to come in to catch that fade for you. You can't hold somebody down. And that's because this person is definitely made with a divinity in mind. The growth, the accomplishments of just overall staking your claim, making your claim, and not allowing anyone to come in and tell you otherwise. I love that for you. I also feel like I said, some of y'all very well may be coming back or going into your soft girl era. All right. I love that. You don't look like you've been through anything. You have the Lovers in reverse. I love that again. Self-confirmation about, double confirmation about you loving yourself. Yeah, you put yourself first. Again, temperance. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Putting yourself first. You have found... Okay, Spirit. Okay, Spirit. You know, you had a 10 of Pentacles come out. And on the bottom, you had a 6 of Swords in reverse. Yet again, it is confirming what was in your soul journey cards, being that change was in the reverse as your overall energy. And you have a 6 of Swords here. That is seriously just double confirming everything. Okay. Though if you were look at the 6 of Swords in the upright, you'll see someone regretfully walking away or leaving a situation or leaving something behind. They're going to take their wounds. They're going to take their losses. They're going to take what little bit they have left mentally, so on and so forth, and they're going to go, right? It's in the reverse, all right? So, again, this is all happening. A structure is coming apart. A relationship is coming apart because someone is resistant to change. You are more balanced solo than with someone of this stature of whoever this Crosswatcher is. This Crosswatcher creates instability where you and your Empress energy is all about stability, self-sufficiency, evolution, growing, development, growth, abundance. This person is the opposite. And you were strong enough to see it, not allow it to take hold of you, and you got your power back. Again, you had the 10 of Pentacles that had came out. This person, like I said, did not give you any type of stability. You were more stable, just focusing on your own lane. Without this person, you're way more balanced. You're way more in tune, and you understand what is needed with you finding your purpose, knowing your purpose meaning, and nurturing yourself with knowing what's good for you and what isn't. I'm proud that this person didn't take your power and you didn't allow them to. Underneath your 6 of Swords in reverse, you had a 10 of Wands in the upright. You're going to put in the work because you want to move on. You want to move forward. You want to move in a direction Spirit says is a total opposite of where you came from. And I like that for you. So be sure that you keep in mind, you taking some time to disconnect and be able to to meditate and get back centered and really solidify the fact that you're back in a balanced state. You are back in a balanced state. All right. All right. Remember, always remember, change is slow and gradual. I really love how you took your power back. I really love how you took your power back. I love how you took your power back. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss out on anything that, I'm picking up on. Something told me to say pause and wait. So again, this goes right back into like change being gradual, being slow. But slow and steady wins the race. Justice, Empress, temperance, And I love also this. You don't let money define what your relationship status is. Money wasn't a thing I see in this relationship as far as you are concerned. Like, you didn't think money was where your abundance came from. So, that just goes to tell you how grounded you are versus what this Crosswatcher was pretty much using to kind of like put out there. They're bigger than what they were. But needless to say, you saw the dark side of how probably like money will make someone feel like they can get any and everything. And you didn't let that be an exchange for your power. Your self-love took first seat. You separated yourself just so you didn't be part of probably any conflict. But that still rose indecision as to should that relationship be something that could be saved or not. And the card said that relationship, that person wasn't going to change. And so either you've been, I feel a combination of a number of things. Either, you've had this lesson the first time you're memorizing things from the test. Either way you look at it, the test was to see how dedicated you were and how well you were aware of the power you had. You had and you have. And you understood the assignment. You were grounded the whole time. Maybe because this time around you understood how to put yourself first. In your shadow work, you put yourself first. So then that way you know what it feels like when you're not. That's beautiful. And that just goes to tell you exactly how much the work you put in affects the outcome. It's a cause and effect for everything. Yeah, look, I can't make this up. I just shuffled for this card to come out. You had change in the reverse. This person may not be trying to eat right, may not be trying to like take care of themselves, or it could just very well be that this person just doesn't see equality. They don't see any type of balance. They may not even like who they see in the mirror. All right. But that's the first card that came out, which was your overall energy from my soul journey card. So come through, Spirit. Come through. Let us know what's going on with this person. See, yeah. You had the two of swords in reverse. No, you had the two of wands in reverse, and you had the seven of wands in reverse. See, this is the problem. This person did not care for you having to say so. And they didn't like the fact that they couldn't put up any protest without a debate, without a rebuttal from you. This person did not like that. This person could very well be bullheaded, controlling, night and day. All right. They feel almost as if like they stand as if almost as if like they're a martyr, right? Oh, here we go. Yeah, this person doesn't like authority, but they like an audience. And they like to, when they have a target, they set in on it. The only way they find that they can leave it be is if you give in. This person may very well like to make you a target in front of other people. Again, because they like to be center of attention. Very narcissistic. What do you know? Success. 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. They can't, like, success isn't just being able to have money so you can flaunt it in front of a lower class. Success isn't for you to be arrogant about affordability and the contrast as to who cannot. This person, like I said before, they did not understand how money was not something that helped you feel successful. See, you pull your success from a different place, and then that's why everything you touch with your Empress energy having ass is why everything blooms and you have the abundance that you have. You don't pull from man things. You pull from a higher energetic level, spiritual level, where whatever it is you touch and you decide that you're going to make is for you anyway. So the success that you need first is to be able to know that you deserve, you earn, and you claim it. And in due time, you keep putting in your energy, you keep putting in your work, you keep doing your shadow work, you keep meditating, and you keep getting rid of things that are negative. You will walk into seeing that no matter how you look at it, you're always going to have a good day. And a good day to you is success. Especially cherry on top if it goes your way. You two are from 2 totally different worlds. See, you stand on business and this person is flighty. Yeah, see, this person saw you as a gain. This person saw you as a gain, and he also saw you, or she saw you as someone that they can have many small victories over. Like enough small fish will equal a can of sardines. Enough small nicks will give me the victory. The thing is, though, what if the nicks don't allow that person to be sent off into a dirt grave, how you thought? What if so happens it's the other way around? See, you can hit someone one good time, one swift swing. But if someone nicks you in enough spots in the most important areas, who's going to fall first? The person who had the one big gash on their body, or the other person that has all these nicks behind their arms, their legs, their necks, so on and so forth? Again, this person may have been bigger than you physically, but they weren't faster than you. You were very strategic. This person saw you as a gain. Or this person also may very well saw you as someone that, hey, they may have pampered, may be able, again, that money thing. It's like, look, this is maybe something that you really wanted. You really probably wanted a plastic surgery. You probably did want the spa treatments and being able to not worry about money. You know, being in the line of having some type of occupation when money is at your fingertips like this. This is that 10 of Pentacles in reverse energy that I'm coming across right now. And it's because money was probably, you know, a facade that was used. But the kryptonite in that wasn't very strong at all for you. Like, you enjoyed those type of fruits, but you weren't brainwashed by them. It's almost as if, like, during this time frame where while you're being pampered, you're already, like, in your mind persevering through this. It's like, you know, how, girl, oh my gosh, how are you? You're hilarious. You're hilarious, because let me tell you how you're going to make this person feel like the ultimate victim, right? a victim of somebody feeling like you're a little brown spider, but they didn't know you were a whole black widow. I'm going to tell you exactly how this went. It's really interesting how you can compartmentalize things, you know, and it's a good thing for you too, because you're very strategic. While you're enjoying the fruits of this labor here, how it's like the reason why you didn't lose your glow is because you didn't lose your glow because you still had those benefits, right? You still had those financial benefits where it's like, if I'm going to have to stress and think about this, I'm damn sure not going to look beat down and greasy over it, right? So you were still able to keep yourself up, literally. And at the same time, as you're keeping yourself up, this is just allotting you more time to strategically get your shit together. So then that way, when a time comes for the cycle to end, this is why you're in that Empress energy again, looking like ain't nothing wrong with you. So you done got real smart. You done got real smart on how you play the game. This is why I say somebody got played. Because not only are you walking out of here with this glow, but you also, he said it's cheaper to keep her, but no, it's not. No, it's not. Because see how this person looking like the ultimate victim is the fact of you didn't choose change. And see, change even has a door when it has a time frame, it opens and closes too. Just like spirit gives us time and flags to let us know when it's time for us to do something different. So then when that shift comes and that wind closes or opens that door, you are where you need to be. Well, this person did not understand that assignment. So when the wind closed that door, they weren't on the right side of where they needed to be, but you were. So this is where this person loses, and they lose big time, because not only do they lose the person, they also lose the chance in time where if they had took the door of change when it was available to them, who knows what that could have been for y'all. But it looks like here you took heed when you started really noticing like you weren't you weren't the apple of their eye. You were the center of their target, bitch. And you figure that shit out quick. And see, that's what makes them a victim. Because the thing is, yeah, you may have the feet kicked up and cucumbers on your eyes, but your mind is still going. And when this person felt as if like the money was supposed to keep you, you did not see that money to be worth staying or a real life thing to establish balance. Your balance comes from higher spirit. Your balance comes from knowing where your success comes from and where change comes from. Maybe this is why you're not scared of it. The whole time though, there's an arrow walking towards somewhere where everything else looks smaller. Yeah. This person played themselves real bad, because not only did you plan your shit on their time, on their money, but you did it in your time, and the time you did it was right. It came at the right time, because this person likes the attention, but they like to have a target, Okay. Didn't I say something about power? Four of Pentacles. This person, either your energy is this Four of Pentacles, where it's just like your light is like being in Times Square. Like literally, I mean, it is so bright. And then at the same time, this could be someone really just trying to top you every time that they think your light is brighter than theirs. the gag is your light is always going to be brighter than theirs, because they're not really illuminated like that. You are. They're just playing the part. Again, playing, cosplay, playing. You're playing. You're playing. And when you play, you run out of energy. And then what happens? You give up. You find another way. And look at that on the bottom. Stop playing with me. Nine of Wands. Someone says that stability. Someone is leaving somebody out in the cold. And they're saying that the stability that they have being out in the cold, or just packing up what they have and going along on their own, is way more stabilizing than being with something that doesn't want to change, doesn't want to be in partnership like a union, versus it being like one-sided. Like I said, this person is very bullheaded, very stubborn. Give me 3 more cards. This person here, they feel like just because they can pamper you, they think they can have control over you, have power over you, make you a target of whatever they want, like issues and shit about. They don't want to hear you think, talk, speak. They don't, like, literally this person wants you like in their web, and in their web they felt like they can take your power. But it's so crazy is because where it is, they're thinking that you're a spider that's harmless. The power you walk in had them fooled, baby. All right. Some of y'all may very well be in theater. You may be in fashion design. All right. Stay into your creativity. Stay in your creativity. Use this time to use all of that to just put you back in a mood where you're focused, and, you know, turn your light back on. Be who you are, right? Because the thing is like on the bottom, you have an Empress in reverse energy. The assignment was to tear you back down. And I say back because you've been here before. You are stronger than what you were. Back, like, then you weren't very open to change, and once you did, look what it has made out for you. All right, some of y'all may have a background in ballet, theater. I love that. You know, spend some time with your inner child. I feel spirit saying like your inner child is tied to your creativity. So whatever it is that you do, get into that. You know, make you a little spot in your home where you're able to do all those things. It doesn't have to be neat. It just has to be your own space, right? Okay, you had the 6 of Swords in reverse, and you had the Hangman in reverse. Underneath, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Again, this is kind of like your Crosswatcher's energy, which makes so much fucking sense. Because again, there is an issue. There's an underlying issue with a female in this situation. I think it's more on the lines of someone that's older. So it could be a mom, a grandma, a great-grandma. But needless to say, it's in the reverse. What I love about this card is it kind of gives you an idea as to what this person is avoiding. And so in the reverse, this person is avoiding discussing how they feel. They're avoiding talking to someone like clinically, like maybe a therapist or someone. Like, this is where the resistance to change is coming in. You probably were a person to say, hey, I don't like how you are. And this person would probably been stubborn and try to switch it around and say, hey, this person is doing this to me, when it's really not that. You're just wanting success in a relationship where it's seen as a partnership, not a dictatorship. dictatorship. So this person probably love bombs you just so that they can keep on with the defeats and start keeping score. But little do they know, you're way more strategic than they were. And that one blow to you was like 6 stabs to them. And so what happens is they feel as if like, they're going to get a spotlight and attention. But the thing is, baby, to elevate like that, you gotta put in the work. All right. You understood the assignment. Like I said, you saw it for what it was. This person in their heart didn't really have it for you. This person had more pain than they had openness to want to experience something good and different. This person is shackled by their own bullshit. This person loses everything when they just don't they just don't use their brain. I'm sorry. Like, I'm getting frustrated and agitated just talking about this hangman and reverse energy, because this motherfucker's a fool. Like, literally, like, they are their own problems. They anchor themselves to the bullshit. And when they go down, they're losing everything in their pockets on this card. They're losing their phone, they're losing their money, and they are literally anchored down with a chain. And he literally is trying to either put his hands underneath his shirt or put them in his pockets. But either way you look at it, don't be shocked if this person tries to use that type of like melodramaticness to get you to like give them that attention again. Because remember, when you're strong and they know that you sense it, it's going to trigger them to go to an extreme for you to see they're still trying to have power. Understand, if they're trying to trigger you, they're trying to still gain power. They're still trying to see if there's any type of motive there that they can use intentionally to desensitize you to how you feel, to your validation, and just solely put it on them. This person at heart don't have good intentions. Snaky is a motherfucker. Snaky is a motherfucker. This is not something that they learned from friends, right? This shit is like DNA bred. It is. It's DNA bred. And it's not in you. You are the total fucking opposite. And so this is why you can't relate to this person. And so also, I'm going to close out on this with this. You give a person enough rope, they'll do their own diligence to themselves. Again, this person, even to this end of where they're literally willing to jump off a ledge in the reverse, is another way, grabbing at straws to see if they don't have anything, would you still be there? I feel. Again, these are tricks of a narcissist trade. Do not feed into them. The change is not there. All the blame is. So make sure you stay responsible for your well-being. Again, I can't make this shit up. You had the 10 of Swords in reverse. This person really was out to ruin you. This person was designed to dismantle and desensitize all of the work that you put in to elevate. All right. Again, like I said, you may very well be in theater. You may be in the arts. You may be in education. I want you to continue to do what you do and smile while doing it. The luxury of you being able to relax and not cry over spilled milk or have someone disrupt your peace is golden compared to you trying to stay with someone past the fact and the reality they ain't gonna change. So, and I hate this for them. 10 of Wands. I hate this for them. But when you spill negativity, and you don't appreciate the good and you're not willing to see. This is the part about change people don't understand. When you accept change, you appreciate what comes in, right? Because you know it's good for you or it's different for you. It's going to do what it needs to do if it's for you, right? You touch it, your Empress energy is yours. But somewhere in between this higher font here that came out and this 10 of Wands here, someone is going to get their just due. Someone's going to get their just due. Yeah. Because someone, yeah, they ain't right. They ain't right. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Yes, there will be no moving forward. Yes, absolutely. So, very proud of you. Very proud of you. Spirit says you're understanding that the fight is not in the physical. So this is what puts you on a different playing level with these physical man relationships. Your light is wired through your higher power. It's not wired through man. It's not wired through money. It's not wired through foolishness. Even though this Crosswatcher, they got some wickedness about them. Definitely, for sure. For sure. For sure. So I want you to keep shining your light. And I want you to understand that blame gets the credit here. You claim the power. The blame can take the credit why it doesn't work. The resistance to change can be the reason and the blame as to why it didn't work. But you are still whole. You are still minded. You are still validated. You are still resilient. You are still strong. You are still talented. Even if they wanted to make you a target, bitch, you were still the center of attention, and they hated that shit. They hated that shit. So they use their ego to make it so that, okay, if I can't get you, okay, my ego will beat you down. Now you're taking it into a spiritual realm where you're trying to dismantle a bitch, but you don't understand my God is an awesome God and he reigns and I'm battle tested. So the bullshit that you coming with, my God has already equipped me to be able to move forward, to not only see through your shit, but to see what I can't change is probably good for me not to have any type of hands on it. The Lord said, use your words. He said he'll lay the hands. That's where that 10 of Wands come out. So don't be shocked if so happens, whatever is happening in court, whatever is happening where someone needs to abide by something, or if there's some type of structure, do not be surprised if they don't follow directions. Because remember, they don't like change anyway. So if they are not able to do what they want to do, that's going to trigger them to feel a way, to feel like they're invincible, to get that vibe out. And again, they're going to take an L behind that. So let them. Keep yourself safe and let them. Every dog got his day, and this bitch is coming. This bitch's day is coming, okay? All right? Don't talk to me. Anyway, this is what I have for y'all. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when I post all of my learn and discern messages. Like I said, this is for give or take around February 11th to possibly like February 16th, 17th. So, I think honestly for Valentine's Day, the biggest gift you can give yourself is a hug. Give yourself a hug. Put the blanket in the dryer for 5 minutes before you go to bed and wrap it around you. Give yourself a big hug. Put your clothes on the gentle cycle. Give yourself a hug. You are so powerful and you are walking in your power. And I want you to keep doing so. And until next time, take care.